Good morning. It's Lianne Phillipson from Sprout Right headquarters coming to you this morning with some quick mealtime ideas. I don't know about you, but my brain's a bit tired at the moment, and I've found myself thinking, I don't know what to make for dinner, or oh, I wish I'd made more of that the other night so that I have a little bit more left over, because I don't know, I'm not sure if it's because I'm in Toronto, it's towards the end of the school year. There's things going on last week. I needed to be at two different schools at the same time. So it's just kind of a bit crazy at the moment. So I just thought I'd pop on and give you some suggestions of things that I did actually start to make, which helped so much to just ease a little bit of stress and make me feel like I'm eating healthy, my girls are eating healthy, and it really doesn't take that much time. So some of my tried and true recipes are not only in my existing Sprout Right, which you can see over my shoulder, and then also there's the beautiful cover of my new Sprout Right family food, which is out on July the 23rd. Underneath this post, I'll put in an advanced copy, a link to purchase an advanced copy. Of course, you can wait until it actually hits shelves and go and purchase, and then share your favorite recipes. So one of the recipes that is actually in Sprout Right family food is for frittatas. And an email just came through the other day that gave me a bit of inspiration. So, even though I'm the one giving you some inspiration today, it's also I need the inspiration from others to give me new and different ideas too. So it just kind of reminds me, because every now and then I get stuck too. So first of all, one of the things that I love to do, and actually still do even though my kids are 15 and 13, is I use my mini muffin cup. This one is a silicone one, so it's all bendy. I use mini muffin cups for pretty much anything that I make, from muffins to frittatas to anything. I really very often don't pull out a whole, pie plate to make a frittata, although that's a really good way of doing it. You can also use a frying pan if you want to make it in the oven quick, or start cooking it on the stovetop and then shove it into the oven. So that's a really good way of doing it too. But these little muffin tins are just fantastic. It's kind of like that, 2-bite brownie type of thing. So it's not an overwhelming amount to have. You're like, oh, do I want one? Do I want two? Is this a snack? Do I need to have a little bit more? Use normal muffin tins too. But every single week I have to go and buy more eggs. A few times I've bought from Costco. They have organic eggs at Costco now. So, and that's like 2 dozen or something. Super cost effective, because I probably do eat eggs every single day. My kids love eggs. So although my second daughter had an issue with eggs in the beginning, the first few times I gave her eggs when she was about 9 months, and then by about 10, 11 months I gave it to her again. She constantly vomited. So just to show you that sometimes food, what seems like food sensitivities, they really can pass in not too long as well. So probably by the time she was about 3, she was having eggs in baking, and then not too long after that she could totally handle egg yolk, and then we moved on to egg white, and now at 13 she's eaten eggs for the last 10 years without any trouble at all. So to make your lovely frittatas, I'll post a recipe for you as well on sproutright.com, where we'll embed this so you can get the recipe. But if you're let's say you fancy something that's dairy-free today for whatever reason, or you are dairy-free, or maybe your child has eczema and you're thinking, I'm really not sure if there's a correlation between dairy and the eczema, or the runny nose, or the ear infections, or things like that, because typically you're going to add dairy into any kind of egg, omelet, frittata type thing that you're doing. But really you can mess around with all sorts of alternative milks. The milk that I use the most when I'm making a frittata is actually coconut milk. The one in the can, not the one in the Tetra Packs. Of course, you can get that now, but of course you can try it. I've used almond milk. I've used vanilla almond milk, which gives it a whole other taste profile, and it's just a little bit different, especially with, sometimes add in salmon and tuna. I love vanilla. kids were like, what was that one, Mom? I'm not really sure. But this is a great place when you mix up, put all of your mixture together. I normally do it in a large Pyrex measuring cup. Just pour in the coconut milk. If you've got a coconut milk that has that kind of blob of fat in there, then I just take a bowl, fill it with hot water, and then chuck the whole can in, and then wait about 5 minutes, shake it up, and then it's all liquid. So I actually use coconut milk instead of cream or dairy or anything like that in a lot of egg recipes. So that's a really nice alternative to try. And remember that whatever coconut milk you have left over, you can always stick it in the freezer, put it in an ice cube tray or something like that, throw it into the freezer, and then you've got it for the next time you fancy that, or you can just take out the ice cube and throw it into your smoothie to change it up a little bit, or something like that. So many uses other than soups and all that kind of stuff for your coconut milk that comes in a can. So what I love to put into my frittatas are definitely some sort of color. You gotta have the color and try and get, I'm talking so much about picky eaters lately, how many vegetables can you get into anything that you happen to be making? So my absolute love at the moment, I'll just take this off, is I believe it's broccolini, not rapini. We were having this discussion last night as I was cooking this for my kids. What's the difference between rapini and broccolini? I think rapini has a few more of these all the way down, whereas this is broccolini. It's so lovely, gently steamed, and then we actually just take it and dip it into some really beautiful balsamic vinegar that we got from the One of a Kind show. Apricot smoke is the one that my daughter loves, so she just dips it in there and then eats it. It's just delish. So this is fantastic. Chop it up and then throw it into your mixture. You could maybe put in some tinned fish. I always have this hanging around. Last week when I was also stumped, I made my fish cake recipe, which you'll also find on sproutright.com. So you can mix this into the mixture, or you can just sprinkle a little bit as you have everything in your muffin tins, all of your liquid in there. Do put something like this onto a baking tray, because once it's full of liquid and you're trying to kind of keep it really flat, and then you can already see that it's kind of tipped back or forward. Yeah, that goes flying in the oven, so that's not so great. So so put this onto a baking tray, and then you can fill it up and then easily put it into the oven, and then easily take it back out again. So so I very often just sprinkle in some fish. I'll put in some parsley, some cilantro, any other kind of herbs that you like. Spinach chopped up really finely goes in beautifully into any kind of frittata. And then there's broccoli, broccolini, bok choy. You could try some Swiss chard in there, some rainbow chard. So many ways to get greens into something like this. And when you chop it up really finely, your kids don't necessarily know better than not like little and are trying spit it all out, and I don't like this, and it's part of what you're having. These are tremendous for lunches. They're tremendous for snacks after school, before activities, and also just amazing for a really super fast dinner where you know that there's some veggies going in, even if you have a resistant kid who's like, I don't really fancy the peas or the corn or whatever vegetables. I roasted some beets last night. That was super easy. Logan and I had to go off to the dentist, and my daughter Hadley, she stayed home, and I said, okay, just quickly peel the beets, or give them a quick scrub, chop them up, and throw them in the oven. And she did that. She felt like $1 million, because she actually made dinner for us and said, yeah, you can say thanks to me today, instead of normally the other way around. It's thanks, Mom, for dinner. It's like, well, it's about time, really. So super easy to do. So we threw in some carrots as well to that. So that was super quick, super fast, and really nutritious for something different to have. So there's so many things that we kind of get a little bit stuck in our brains. So seeing as I was feeling super stuck, I thought, okay, what if I found that really helps? And then I thought, okay, I'll share that with you today on this Facebook Live, just in case you're feeling a little bit stuck, or maybe you'll watch this afterwards on YouTube and say, gosh, yes, I was totally feeling stuck. So thanks. It's just another idea. So I'll let you get on with your day and start to think about, I've got some eggs in the fridge. Think I've got a little bit of broccoli or some spinach or a little bit of kale, or any kind of green that you can chop up to be quite small. If you have the fish or not, if you have some leftover sausage or anything like that, you can throw that in there too, or just have it on the side. But you can make a really super quick and healthy and nutritious meal that way. So post down below what kind of mixture that you put in there. Did you add some peppers maybe, or for a little bit of color, maybe some corn if you fancy that, some peas because you only have frozen right now. Let me know what it is that you add into this recipe, so that will also inspire everybody else who's watching this. Thanks so much for being on with me today, and look out for the link for the pre-order for Sprout Right Family Food. And then also in the coming weeks, I'll have the new Eat This podcast as well. So much stuff coming. It's all so exciting. So thanks so much. Have a beautiful day wherever you might be.